So talking about futures thinking, we have different types of futures thinking. Would you get us through so that we will understand?
Yeah, so I think there's three maybe areas that we could talk about just briefly. One, which is a very general sort of term, is what they call futures literacy. So when we think of literacy, it means you're literate, you're familiar with this material, literature, letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, all of those are components of being literate, like you can read.
Yeah.
So futures literacy is very similar. It's like you're familiar with some of the terminology and so forth, and you're able to use it. Most people are actually future literate. They just don't necessarily know it. Like they're thinking about their future and they're making strategic plans. But then a subset of that would be futures thinking, which is more the applied use of certain tools and the drivers, the signals, forecasting, backcasting, building scenarios, preferable futures. These are all kind of terminologies that we use within futures thinking. And then there's maybe even a more specific sort of subset called strategic foresight. And this is more the applied use of it in certain settings. So businesses, KPMG and Deloitte and Kenya Commercial Bank, all of these have kind of strategic foresight divisions. Where are interest rates going to be? Where is the Kenyan currency vis-a-vis the euro and the US dollar? Where are they going to be? So there's the strategic foresight, which is a very applied in a very specific sort of area. So future policy for Kenya, any sort of military strategy. Where is Kenya's conflict with Somalia going to be? So you'll be looking at strategic foresight there. So those are just some of the areas, and then maybe the one that I am most passionate about and I think is really important is participatory futures. So participatory futures is really saying, hey, Kenya, where do you want to go? Where is your preferred future? Vision 2030 was designed by the elite in Kenya, and I think they probably had some collaboration and they worked with some local communities. But the participatory futures is when you're really going into communities and saying, where do you want to be? So I know that part of Kenya's new constitution is the counties actually have to have so many sessions where they're actually inviting the public to be involved in that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great first step for them. But is the agency of those in these communities thinking of preferred futures? Like Turkana County, we want to see, the county going in this sort of direction. And so I think there's this huge need to really see Kenyans equipped with the tools to have this preferable future and to articulate it, to build it out.